Bonjour everyone, welcome to another Diecast Showcase. So today thought I'd delve into something a little bit different, something that's not reviewed a whole lot basically in the collector realm slash Hot Wheels collector realm. I'm specifically referring to the Super Rigs lineup from Hot Wheels. So we're basically talking about mainline, mostly fantasy casting uh, type team transports. They're pretty prevalent, in major retail stores and whatnot. I don't normally buy a whole bunch of these, but once in a while I do pick one up basically that are that are of interest to me. I mean, I've shown the single packs with the Scania Rally Raid truck, the Mercedes Actros tractor trailer, and I do have also the custom Volkswagen T1 semi trailer in my collection. Now, the ones I'm going to show today are the two only ones that are the actual team transport type with the truck and the trailer, plus also a car that comes with it. So these are pretty reasonably priced. We're normally talking about, I'd say, 60 to 70% of the price of a team transport itself. And these are, in some instances, also compatible with Hot Wheels track sets, but not all of them. So, without further ado, let's check the first one that I'd like to show. So this would be this set right here. We're talking about the Holland Horsepower, which is the name of the truck. And trying to remember what the name of this four-wheeler is, but I'll be able to tell you in just a second. This one I'm actually going to be unboxing for you. I actually bought this more for the rig than anything else. The little ATV is pretty cool, but it's not really something that I collect all that much. And although I love kind of like drag setup, stretch banshees and whatnot, the color combo on this one is just not my forte, and I find it honestly doesn't match very well with the rig itself, except maybe for the wheel setup. So let's crack this one open, see what we have. I mean, packaging's already got like soft corners a little bit and whatnot, so might as well. It's gonna be a big package, so very easy to open though. Just in case you guys are wanting to see what to expect in regards to the lineups here. So we've got the Holland Horsepower that we have right here. Then you've got a bunch of fantasy cats. Hot Wheels Ride On with the Carnival Steamer. I actually have an alternate version of the tuned up that I'm letting go of because comes with a head starter, which I find is a kind of cool fantasy casting in certain liveries that are reminiscent of real F1 cars from the 60s and 70s. So I won't go through all of them, but you can basically see what to expect there in regards to these if you're not familiar with them from the shelves already. So also on this specific one, there's two moving part features. So we've got the stacks that actually move when the vehicle rolls, as well as the ramp that actually pops out from the rear there. So yeah, so let's check out the actual truck itself as well as the ATV. I'm going to take these out of the package quick for you. Mind you, the trailer does actually come out separate from the actual rig itself. There we go. Get this back into focus for you. There we go. And put the little ATV on top of here. So yeah, ATV is definitely not in scale, but it is an interesting cast nevertheless. I mean, It looks really cool. Like I said, this one, the only reason why I'm more or less keen on keeping it is the color scheme that I'm really not crazy about. That color is really nice. You know, it's very, very nice. Semi-metallic, semi-pearlescent, kind of like teal aqua kind of color going on. You know, base is metal. All the fairings here are plastic. Actually, are they? No, they're actually metal. This is really metal on metal on metal. Wow, okay. I was really expecting more plastic. Literally, the only plastic on this would be the gray part on the back here that assembles to the metal base, the wheels, obviously, and yeah, seat and handlebars. Really, the only plastic on here. It's fairly surprising. This casting specifically has been out for, I think 2008 or something like that, came out, first release. And I mean, it really does look like a cool stretch drag style ATV. But all in all, yeah, I'm not going to be keeping this piece because, yeah, it's just not my thing, honestly. Not my thing. You know, love the shark mouth on the side, which matches the rig, as you can see. And I mean, this casting specifically, I mean, I do really like the style of it, but I definitely prefer the original ATV. Oh yeah, the name, we forgot to check on the name here. What's the name of this thing? This is the Sand Stinger. There you go, the Sand Stinger. And yeah, basically, as cool as this thing is, I mean, I really prefer the original, which I do have an exemplar of, the first ATV that Hot Wheels put out. And it actually came at the same stage. Here it is right here. So with the construction wheels, yellow and black. I was trying through fandom to find exactly when this release is from, but I'm having a hard time, honestly, finding exactly which one it is, because the first edition of this is exactly identical to this, except for the fact that it has a blue seat. And this one has a black seat that matches all the black plastic parts on it. And I honestly cannot figure out, for the life of me, where this is from. So please chime in the comments if you have an idea of which, is this part of a set, a multi-pack, a 5-pack, or, you know, I know these were found in 5-packs in the era, in the 90s, but no idea if this is one of them, because that blue, that seat is, yeah, that's the thing that's putting me off here. So, well, either way, I mean, it is kind of, it could be blue. It could be blue compared to the handlebars. It seems to be a different shade, but really not sure. Either way, I'll have to say that this is a very early one. It's got a metal base. This one, the fairing is actually plastic, and you can definitely see basically the, let's move this a little bit further. You can definitely see the inspiration. And yeah, what I was starting to say earlier is basically this came in the era where Hot Wheels did use a couple Suzuki products, I believe, without getting licensing first, and had to change when their licensing was refused. You got a little Suzuki Samurai as well that had to be, where the Suzuki that was embossed in the front grille had to be eliminated because of said licensing issue. So you can definitely see in the overall shape of the fenders and whatnot that this definitely looks like an altered version of this. And this is definitely a Suzuki quad. If you look at the front even, you can see that central grille on the front that repeats itself. You know, very similar, but I mean, I'm a big fan of this one. This one's really got to be in the perfect colors, and this, honestly, it's just not my thing. So this is going to be leaving. Actually, I'm probably going to be displaying this big rig here that we're going to be checking out with something different. Let's check it out a little bit closer before we check on that. So, yeah, 2-piece. Got the trailer here that I believe you can take off. Hopefully I don't break this thing. There you go. All right, yep. So yeah, as mentioned, the stacks and engine move around, as you can see when you roll. Hot Wheels do this sometimes. You know, the Lay and Lowrider, the fantasy casting that came out 2022, actually has that feature with the engine that moves around. There's a bunch of other ones that have this kind of feature, but look at this thing, how badass it is. It's almost a Gasland build on itself without all the guns. Very, very cool fantasy cast. Love the shark mouth on the side with the evil eye on top of it. You know, a lot of chrome, a lot of matte black. Those red contoured off-road wheels. You know, very, very cool. Very cool truck. You can notice also the red windows, which also lend themselves to the red additional lights there on the roof. Sorry about that. Let's focus again. Yeah, lots of cool details. Lots of cool details on this cast. This is really the reason why I bought this, and it's got some weight to it because there's a lot of plastic, but there's also a lot of metal. So, you know, a pretty cool truck to add to the collection. You know, trailer looks great too with the matching wheels. This thing is awfully light though. It's all plastic, and you have here the retractable bed. Obviously works better when this is on the truck. There you go. And yeah, I mean, I really wanted to add a car onto this instead of the ATV, because as mentioned, the ATV is really out of scale for the truck itself, whereas the truck seems to be pretty close to that 164 kind of range. So yeah, I thought I would probably add one of my favorite fantasy casts from Hot Wheels that I've been holding on to for a little bit. It's been unboxed for probably, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, something like that. And it was this one here. So we are talking about what is this one again? The Muscle Bound. Yeah, Muscle Bound. You know, kind of cool that the you got the shark mouth, the pissed off eyes also to kind of match up to the truck itself. And what's really cool about this, the reason why I wanted to display it, you know, there's no purple on the truck. However, since this has got the gray wheels that you would normally find on the Speed Blur series cars. It matches that retractable part of the bed really well. Plus, these are steelies with the white lip, which is, you know, definitely, to the opinion of most, one of the best wheels and best mainline wheels that Hot Wheels makes. So let's put this thing back on here. But yeah, I mean, doesn't that look better? I mean, I find it does. You know, it's a cool little piece of kit. I mean, you know, you got the Gasland vibe going on, and personally, I find that the what is it called again? Jeez, short-term memory. Eh? Sorry about that. The Muscle Bound, yeah, Muscle Bound. The Muscle Bound does give off vibes of kind of like Capri or XA Falcon. Kind of like the one that was used basically in Mad Max. So, you know, kind of a reference, I guess, to the whole, you know, post-apocalyptic vibe and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely how this is going to be displayed. I mean, great stuff. I love it. Looks good. So yeah, start off with that. So we'll put this the background here. Next, we're only going to be checking out 2 of these, right? So kind of rambling on there, taking my my sweet time, but at the end of the day, there's only one other one that I want to check out, and this was the first of these that I bought. And yeah, definitely haven't bought a lot of them, but this one is definitely something I find extremely cool, especially with the release of the Galactic Express that started coming out. It's been produced in many variations so far, right? Almost half a dozen at this point. And this would be this kit right here. So we've got the Galactic Express, which is kind of like a giant Raijin Express, at least in my opinion. And you've got also the Mad Manga on top of there. So Mad Manga is a casting I definitely like. One of my favorites if we're talking about Hot Wheels Fantasy casts. I am gonna do probably a video of my favorite fantasy castings from Hot Wheels eventually. But yeah, I gotta dig through because I don't normally leave a whole bunch of my fantasy casts um, on display. They're mostly tucked away in storage, so I'm gonna have to take some time to do that. But let's get back to this rig here. So really cool rig. Literally, I mean, if you look at the front, it's definitely like the very, very Japanese. The deco's very Japanese with the Gundam style robot on the side. At the same time, it's got a very 80s retro vibe. The black, red, and yellow, and touches of silver here and there works super well with this casting. And what's really cool is that when I picked up this casting specifically, I already had two compatible castings that are almost in the same color scheme, basically. So first one is actually both of these casts, if I'm not mistaken, are from Nightburner's 5 packs that I opened years ago. First one is another Mad Manga, but look at this. Look at the color scheme on this one. It like matches up perfectly with the truck. You got yellow and red, a little bit of black, a little bit of white. I mean, literally, it matches up perfectly with the one that's on top here. We've got the same yellow wheels. One is on OH5s, one's on just the 5 spokes. And the other variation that matches super well is the track manga, which is basically a drop top version without the super big rear pipes there. Both of these casts are by Joni Mai, and both scream Bosozoku JDM, 80s, 90s. I really like this style. I find that all this stuff goes super well together. And I mean, I get the feeling that this was inspired probably by the Ken Mary Skyline, because if I look at Ken Mary Skyline lines compared to this one, reverse rake on that B pillar, or C pillar, should I say. But besides that, the lines of the car are really close. Obviously, you got the shark nose extension on the front of the Mad Manga, which you don't have on the Ken Mary. That's kind of obvious, but and I mean, it gets even more obvious if you compare to the Liberty Walk version, which is a little bit closer in scale to what it should be. You've definitely got a lot of commonalities here. So I have a cool feature about the convertible version, the track manga, is the fact that it's got it's got the speed blur wheels, just like the muscle bound that we checked out earlier, but also it's got a moving part feature, which would be this adjustable front splitter that you can raise or lower. I prefer the look lowered, but the reason why it raises on the get-go is to make sure, since it's pretty, it's pretty present, make sure that performs well on the track as well, and that it doesn't, if you're doing a whole bunch of dips and you've got a lot of different pieces assembled together, it's to make sure it doesn't kind of hit and scrape on the connecting points of the different track pieces, and kind of slow down the cast as it goes down the track. Same thing for the gradients. So yeah, this is really cool, really cool. You see it's right hand drive. It's a really cool cast. I really like it. This one more or less reminds me, though, if maybe more of like a custom converted maybe Toyota Soar or MX-83 or MX-73, like Cressida, which would have been either the Chaser, the Mark II, or the Cresta in Japan. But yeah, I don't know. I know that it was really popular doing like cutting off the roofs and whatnot with this style of car. So back when in the 90s, so when these were really getting built a lot. So and this one, well, let's take a quick look at this cast. Yeah, I do have the Manga Tuner version of this as well. The first one, the red one that came out, and it's pretty much an exact match to this, so except for the side graphics. But yeah, this one does not have the adjustable lip. However, it does have the really cool oil cooler that's built in. So, and you see, you even got the evil eyes, just like you see on the Kinmary. So I'm definitely thinking this is inspired by the Kinmary. And you've got also, the Skylines, the 80s Skylines, the race Skylines also had these little protrusions there following the hood line. You see that on the R30 Skylines. So it's a common add-on, common modification. So yeah, that would pretty much conclude our little viewing of these super rigs by Hot Wheels with associated kind of vehicles that go well with it that I happen to have. So hopefully you enjoyed checking out these little kind of oddball rigs there. If you did, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to be notified of future uploads on my behalf. Of course, comment your feedback. And in closing, I'll thank you for joining me on this little showcase. If it's your first time viewing, welcome, and thanks for subscribing. And if you're a return viewer, well, of course, welcome back, and thanks for your support. On that, I'll wish you an excellent day, night, afternoon, evening, wherever the time would be where you are. And yeah, happy hunting, stay safe, and all the best of luck on those pegs. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye bye.